It was early morning. The sun had just started pouring through the kitchen window. I was making tea when Lily walked in. She is my 11-year-old granddaughter. Small for her age, but sharp as a tack. Her eyes always notice more than she lets on. She sat at the table with her sketchbook drawing something she quickly closed when I glanced over. "Good morning," I said. She smiled, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. Amanda came in next, my daughter, her voice overly cheerful. Kyle followed her. That man was trouble from the moment I met him. Mid-40s, a little too smooth, always looking for an angle. "You re-up early," I said. Amanda busied herself with the coffee pot. Kyle leaned against the counter, scrolling his phone. "We've got things to do," Amanda said. Her tone was light, but her shoulders were tensely stopped coloring. She was watching them closely now. I could almost see the questions running through her head. Kyle glanced at Amanda, then at me. "Just errands," he said. "Nothing exciting." They left soon after. The house felt quieter than usual, but not in a peaceful way. Lily spoke up once the door closed. "Grandma, I think Mom and Kyle are planning something." Bonnie set my tea down. "What makes you say that?" I asked. Lily hesitated. "I heard them talking last night." She said they were in the kitchen when they thought I was asleep. "Kyle said something about getting the money before you notice, and Mom told him not to worry." My stomach tightened. I wanted to believe she misunderstood, but deep down I knew she hadn't. Been watching Amanda change ever since she met Kyle. She used to be careful with money. Now she spends like it grows on trees. And Kyle, he always has some scheme in motion. I asked Lily if she heard anything else. She heard anything else. She shook her head. "Only that they needed it soon." She said. I didn't want to alarm her, so I just told her I'd take care of it when she left for school. I went straight to my bedroom, pulled out the lockbox from under the bed. Inside was the envelope. With our savings, it was not much, but it was what I had put aside from to side. Counted the bills. Everything was still there for no eye. Locked it back up and put it in a different spot. Somewhere only I would think to look, but I knew this was just the beginning. If they were planning something, they wouldn't give up. I see. Amanda came home later that afternoon. Kyle wasn't with her. She moved around the house like she was restless, opening drawers, peeking into the pantry. It wasn't normal behavior. I asked her if everything was all right. She said she was just looking for a pen, but I noticed she didn't stop even after finding one that night. I heard footsteps in the hallway long after everyone should have been asleep. I stayed in bed and listened. The sound stopped near my bedroom door, then slowly moved away. Next morning, Lily sat beside me at breakfast. Her voice was low. "Mom was in your room last night," she said. "I saw her when I went to get water." I thanked her for telling me. My heart sank. It confirmed what I had been feeling for weeks. 2 days later, I decided to test Amanda. I placed a small envelope with $20 in the top drawer of the desk in the guest room. It was bait. Nothing important, just enough to see if temptation would take over. The evening, the envelope was gone. Amanda never mentioned it. She acted like nothing had happened. But I saw the way she avoided my eyes. I knew then I had to move fast if she was willing to take something so small. Without asking, the savings would be next. I called the bank to check on my account. Everything was still there, but I moved most of the money into a new account under my name only. No joint access, no way for her to withdraw without me knowing. That evening, Kyle came over. He and Amanda stayed in the living room, talking in low voices. Every so often, I caught my name and the word money. Lily was pretending to do homework at the dining table, but I could tell she was listening to later. She came to me in the kitchen there talking about the box. She whispered, "The one you keep under your bed." I smiled at her. The box under my bed was empty now, but they didn't know that the next morning Amanda came into my room while I was making breakfast. She asked if she could borrow a little money just until next week. She said Kyle had an opportunity and they didn't want to miss it. Told her I couldn't. She pressed harder, said I was being selfish. I stayed calm and repeated no. Her eyes went cold, and in that moment I knew she wasn't going to give up. 2 nights later, I heard noises again. This time I got out of bed quietly and followed the sound. Amanda and Kyle were in my room. The lockbox was open on the floor. Amanda froze when she saw me. Kyle stepped back like he was ready to run. "Where is it?" she demanded. "You know what I'm talking about." Ty told her calmly. The money was gone, safe where neither of them could touch it. Her face twisted with anger. Kyle muttered something under his breath and walked out. Lily appeared in the doorway in her pajamas. She looked at Amanda with disappointment. "I already told Grandma you were trying to steal," she said, and I moved the money for her. Amanda's eyes widened. "You did what?" Lily stood tall despite her small frame. "You weren't going to get away with it, Amanda." Left with Kyle that night. She hasn't been back since. I heard later they tried some scam in another town and got caught. Lee still draws at the kitchen table every morning. Sometimes I catch her looking at me with a little smile. We both know she saved more than just the money. She saved my trust and family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Secret Affairs Exposed for more powerful real-life stories like this. 1.